OKC. Should be an outstanding head-to-head matchup. Castle at the controls. They've used him on the ball a whole lot this season, and he gets right to the rack for the first deuce.
And that's something rare to see right there. A straight driving lane path for Castle and finish. Something you rarely see from the Thunder defensively.
Everybody in the crowd and Reggie Miller on their feet before this first Thunder bucket, as Holmgren. The quote-unquote struggles for the Thunder have been in large part because of their poor shooting, especially from the outside. But Mark Daigneault
to their first championship and what they've done to start the season when they went 24-1. Their calling card has always been defense, turning teams over. The Spurs haven't turned the ball over in the 3 games that they've faced this OKC team.
And everybody sat after the 2 free throws. I was curious whether it was field goal or points. The 2 points on the board, everybody back on their seat. And now here we go. The matchup we've been looking forward to has been Wembanyama against Holmgren. A lot of history between the two. Wemby goes right to work. Oh! Victor Wembanyama starting out with a bang!
I mean, how do you defend that length, Noah? That is ridiculous.
You pray. Williams too strong, and Wemby clears. So much talk about Victor Wembanyama's minutes, still on somewhat of a restriction, about 28 a night. Going right to work, spray it out, Barnes in and out. Rebound, Wemby got a hand on it, claims it, he's fouled. How does that work?
Wow.
To the free throw line where national teams, and he said as far as basketball goes, he can't touch me.
Shots fired. That's what that is, my friend. Shots fired. But Chet has the ultimate because he has the bling bling at the end of the day.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander using the body. Castle got a steal.
Not only did he get a steal, great defense there by Castle, not going for the SGA fake.
Champagnie can't hit the 3, and the long rebound tracked down by SGA. Gilgeous-Alexander, 31.9 points per game, second in the NBA. He's first in clutch points despite barely playing 4th quarters this year. Smart double by San Antonio. Aaron Wiggins getting the start for the injured Lou Dort. Wide open, Casey Wallace. Knocks down the 3.
That's great there by Wiggins.
Castle.
Penetration created that 3.
Around it goes. Wembanyama thought about it. Now it's Castle. Lob it inside. Oh! Wemby's done it again!
How about the pass there to set it up there from Castle?
And Wemby just pointed towards the heavens the second he gave. That's the give and fly. Use every bit of that 8-foot wingspan. Gilgeous-Alexander, and again, good tight defense by Castle. The physicality through this game from both of these teams. Wembanyama already setting the tone early. Castle looking to work against the MVP. Now Fox will try. Neither of these teams have shot it well from deep as of late. Bottom 5 over the last month or so in 3-point shooting. San Antonio 0 for 3. Oklahoma City 1 for 1. Perfect defense by Wembanyama. 10 to shoot now for Wiggins. Tries to get inside. Bounce it. The cutter is Williams.
That's twice. Aaron Wiggins has done a great job of dribble penetration and finding cutters for the Thunder.
Jalen Williams still not 100%, as that's going to be an offensive foul going the other way and a turnover for San Antonio.
For Wiggins in place of Lou Dort in the starting lineup.
J-Dub again. Remaining aggressive, had it erased, but a goaltend. So we've seen him turn up the aggression offensively, trying to attack the rim over the last 5 games. 16 drives per game. As he still tries to find his rhythm after multiple wrist surgeries. The spin, Wembanyama could not finish. Holmgren there affecting it.
Already 3 different defenders on Victor. Chet, J-Dub, and that was Wiggins.
Don't see him miss from Gilgeous-Alexander in that spot very often. Castle looking to push the pace. Go right into Wallace. Hangs, no, but a foul. And Wallace is going to pick it up. So he was very honest with us pregame about having to monitor throughout the game to make sure he has enough at the end. He's going to 5 points, 3 rebounds from Wembanyama. Casey Wallace stays out with the 2 early fouls. Playing without Lou Dort. Still no Isaiah Hartenstein. His 9th straight missed game with a calf injury. And Devin Vassell missing his 8th consecutive game for San Antonio with an adductor. Here's Holmgren on the outside. Goes to work on Cornette. Stops. Cornette cuts him off. 8 to shoot for SGA. Castle's been locked in defensively early. SGA says, I don't care.
Look, you can't play better defense than Castle right there on SGA. That's just great offense and balance by the reigning MVP.
Castle, swing, Champagnie. Fournette with the offensive board. Castle will load it up and knock it down.
And that's all Cornette right there, keeping the ball alive. Offensive rebounding leads to a wide open three.
And Williams on the cut. Instead, it's going to be Wallace on the drive. Spray, Williams, attack the closeout. Williams cannot finish.
We are seeing some outstanding individual defense here to start this ball game.
Champagnie, that was basically a pass. Fournette couldn't finish it initially. Second, third, final chance goes down. And a timeout by Mark Daignault. As Daignault really felt like that was a reason that they came in and played with more wisdom and confidence, the two major factors that he feels like builds great teams. That's what this guy plays with. A lot of wisdom from his overall career from Maryland all the way through the NBA, and now the confidence from Aaron Wiggins has been on full display.
Yeah, this is his 9th start of the season. 8 starts this season, averaging 15.6 in those starts.
And a steal, Caruso right on the floor, has the swipe, can't score. Barnes didn't give up on the play. Now Dylan Harper and this San Antonio offense looking to take advantage of the miss. Keldon Johnson on the floor as well. In the corner, it's Barnes. Jalen Williams, who made his return after a long absence with a heel injury. And everybody on this team just talked about the overall era of confidence that comes with Williams. He can pick and pop, just can't hit this time. Johnson nearly had it knocked away by Wiggins, out of bounds. It'll stay here. And Mitchell, the 5 for Oklahoma City. SGA, 1 for 3 to start this game. Trying to find that spot in the mid-range. He'll rise, in and out. Long rebound, another chance. Mitchell secured. Gilgeous-Alexander attacks, kicks. Williams, another chance.
Well, you mentioned this, both teams struggling over this past month to shoot the basketball from that three-point line.
In the low 30s percentage-wise. Skip it for Waters. Harper, he'll tee it up. And hit a 3.
What a welcome sight. You talk about Dylan Harper only shooting 19% over the last 11 games from 3. 5 of 26.
Wiggins dumping inside. Williams with a strong finish. Five assists on 6 made field goals for Oklahoma City. We're all even. Cornette, leave it for Johnson. Curls around, lob it inside. Cornette can't do the rest, but he's fouled. There, along with Casey Wallace, Isaiah Joe, A.J. Mitchell, and Chet Holmgren. Castle, Fox, Wemby, Barnes, and Champagnie, the starting 5 back out there. It starts with an interception by Fox. Wembanyama, right at Holmgren again. Stop, spin, that's ridiculous.
He's making a point to go right at Chet anytime he sees that number 7 jersey in front of him. He's making it personal.
Holmgren right back to Mitchell. Pump, drive, gets in the paint. Outside for Wallace. Fox collects the board. San Antonio 39% from the floor. 2 for 12 from three-point range in that first quarter. Outside, it's Castle. And again, here's the matchup. Wemby, Kentucky, the 10th pick in the 2023 draft. Finished 6th in the NBA in steals last year. He's always one of the leaders in deflections in the league. And now Henrich Williams looks like he'll go to the scorer's table, but it doesn't matter as J-Dub gets all the way to the rack. The inside hand finish, and then the turnover went off of Castle's foot. Up ahead for Joe. Good recovery by Barnes. Slow it down in the half court. Mitchell has been a godsend this year for Oklahoma City. Been essentially a 4th-star scorer for this team. Step away jumper, no for Holmgren. And the clear again for Champagnie. Now it's Fox, shimmy, shake, gets right down Main Street for the bucket. Timeout, Mark Daignault.
The guys tell you that they don't know the words to this stuff. Johnson told me the guys are singing these jams loud, okay? Air, microphones, and all.
Wembanyama singing some... AJ gets the deuce and the foul.
Leading scorer on this Thunder team, and number 6 scorer off the bench at 13.6. Second-year player out of Santa Barbara.
Mark Daignault said he just doesn't know how many guys that age could operate as smoothly on a great team like this the way that A.J. Mitchell does off the bench. Wembanyama is a force right now with the ball. Williams stayed with him, and Wemby knocks it through.
See how he took his time, got into the body and chest of Williams, and then used that 7'4" frame to shoot over him.
On the probe, stepped out of bounds. Williams could really feel the energy.
This song was, if it wasn't a rap song or Lil Durk or...
Hi, guy. Take one more look and then maybe find an amendment to that one. Either way, Oklahoma City trying to ride off the energy the crowd has provided. Once again, a clear advantage. Isaiah Joe attacks, kicks, Williams 4 to shoot. Out of bounds and going the other way.
The Spurs team has been at the defensive end. Here's a zone now by the Thunder.
Inside out, back out. It's Harper on the relocation. And Cornette couldn't stick it back.
Again, another offensive rebound.
6 of them already for Luke Cornette. Spin for Holmgren. He's fouled by Cornette.
With the left hand for Cornette. One of the big free agent signings for this Spurs team is the guy that you could just plug him in, you don't run any plays, and you see the impact he's having, especially on the offensive glass.
He really has turned himself into an outstanding NBA player. Over the course of his career, a guy who was just struggling to get himself full-time out of the G League initially and has become a high-impact player on both ends of the floor as that one's ricocheted out of bounds off of Mitchell. Oklahoma City 18-14. Johnson guarded by Kenny Hustle. Spin, can pop. Jay Will. This is not going to be a submission for the three-point contest on All-Star Saturday night here tonight. A combined 6 for 27 from three-point territory. Johnson, bounce, Cornette, a lot of contact, no foul call.
Gotta call something on that. That was way too much contact.
Williams attacks. Tried to get a little English on it, couldn't put enough. Fox, Caruso just moves his feet so well. There was no space for Fox to work with. A reset for Harper. Rejects the screen, uses the speed, gets the rim. He couldn't finish, but he's fouled.
This young man is fearing. But Chet's got to be thinking, I got to make that all-star team. You can't come out and lay an egg like you did in this first half versus competition like victory. You've got to rise to the occasion if you want to be on the big stage of the all-star game.
That was a guy who was on that big stage last year. Jalen Williams gets the bucket to get the scoring started in the second half. Wembanyama had 12 minutes at the half on Sunday, and he finishes on the follow.
That was a pass. That wasn't a shot there by Castle. That was a pass to Victor.
I actually never believed that the Fantastic Four was real as Williams gets another bucket on the float.
And now?
Mr. Fantastic
Yes.
is playing basketball, is he not? The way his arms can stretch just defies all laws of physics. They're going to get it to him on the post. Double comes, and he doesn't care.
And not only did the double come, that double was Chet at 7'1" length, and they couldn't do anything about it.
With a 7'6" wingspan. All alone, Cason Wallace for 3. Well, the third
quarter, it's been all Jalen Williams. 2 buckets, and they're an assist to Wallace.
Let's remember Sunday against Miami, Oklahoma City really blew it open in the third quarter. 39-26 advantage in that quarter. San Antonio battling bucket for bucket here as they get the 3 ball from De'Aaron Fox.
If you're Mitch Johnson, that's a welcome sight right there with Fox knocking down that 3.
Wiggins misfires. For San Antonio, had as much as a 19-point lead on Sunday at Minnesota, eventually lost 104-103. They're trying to have a better second half, and this shooting's going to help. Stephon Castle, bullseye.
Well, the last play down, it was Castle to Fox for the 3, and this time, Fox returns the favor and finds Castle.
Pump, SGA, lobbed it for Hart.
Okay.
Man, Holmgren does the rest. That was a no-doubt pass.
You know, it could be plays like that that could get check going.
Wembanyama had a little bit of an opening. Fox couldn't find him in time. Instead, Barnes short, weak side rebound. Wemby brings it down. OKC wanted to travel, gets it back out for Champagnie. Now it's Castle on the attack. Swing, Barnes another chance, and he's short. Barnes came in 7 of his last 29 from 3 over the previous 7 games. Just 37% on the season. Gilgeous-Alexander outside Wallace. Wembanyama had the closeout. Wembanyama lost his footing. Now Wiggins looking to take advantage, and does.
Yeah, he recognized that Wembanyama was on the floor, take it all the way to the cup. There's no one there to protect the rim.
Castle, a blur to the bucket, had it stripped by Wiggins. Turnover forced by this Thunder team. Does it better than anybody in the NBA. Holmgren stop, feed, Williams back out. Gilgeous-Alexander, the cross, the drive, and he's fouled. He's holding that ankle as Gilgeous-Alexander's up to 17 points. It would have been assist number 5 for Stephon Castle, who's up to 13, 3, and 4 in 21 minutes. It just feels so effortless the way that he can fill the stat sheet for this team, and they put the ball in his hands much more often this year. He's rewarded them with high-level play. Swing, swing. Barnes keeps firing. A little too strong this time.
Still struggling.
Bounce. Williams to the rim. Timeout, Mitch Johnson. 5th fewest clutch games in the league as Wembanyama floats. No. Holmgren secures the board. Critical response here for San Antonio. It's an 8-0 Oklahoma City run. SJ's looking for more. He banked it home. Plus the foul. Clutch scoring despite playing the 5th fewest clutch games in the league as Wembanyama floats. No. Holmgren secures the board. Critical response here for San Antonio. It's an 8-0 Oklahoma City run. SJ's looking for more. He banked it home. Plus the foul. Creativity from the MVP. On De'Aaron Fox, and with that, 20 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. 111 consecutive games. That is the second longest streak behind Wilt Chamberlain. Now only 15 games behind the Big Dipper. Fox kept his dribble alive, trying to get past Holmgren. Fox will fire. Money.
Need it. Stop the bleeding. A little 11-0 run there before that 3. See now if they can get back to their defensive principles.
16 for Castle. Just feels like SGA's in complete control right now. Oh, the fend off. Wembanyama goes down, and they're going to call the offensive foul, but Wemby is in real pain, holding that right knee. Anyway.
Yeah, but here's the problem with that knee injury. Now you stiffen up over there on the sideline.
Fox, that was pretty.
This is who I want to see get going. De'Aaron Fox has the capability of being instant offense here.
Only 5 field goal attempts so far. He's got 7. Holmgren lost his footing. Fox gambled, and he's going to be called for his 4th 6-point game. Under 7 to play in this 3rd quarter. Wiggins gets around Barnes. Had it knocked away by Cornette. Forced the turnover. Here comes Castle. Eyes up. Harper in. Castle attacks and finishes, plus the foul. Team for San Antonio still wildly young. Certainly you put some of these stars on the bench, but a guy like Castle just in year 2 blossoming into a star in front of our eyes. Gilgeous-Alexander feeds the outside around the horn for Wiggins. Guarded by Harper. Now 10 to shoot for Williams. Gets past Harper and sneaks it through.
See, that can't happen. That's got to be a switch up top if you're the rookie Harper. He allowed Williams to turn the corner and then started playing defense.
Harper reads off the screen. Champagnie 3 short. Midway through the 3rd. Gilgeous-Alexander just sensed the contact from the rookie and draws them. He's got 11 shot attempts. He's knocked through 7 of them. It's already 14 fouls for San Antonio. Oh, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had Cornette lost in the sauce. 22 for SGA. Lead back up to 8. Keldon Johnson on the curl. The sidestep out shot. Wiggins with another one. The quick hands.
I'd run another high screen and roll with Cornette.
SGA. Jay Will's three. He drills it. Now French vanilla. Cornette and Wembanyama on the floor together. That's going to be stripped out of bounds off Castle. The Thunder have found their offensive rhythm. Williams on the fend-off. Caruso on the outside. And Castle corrals the board. Up ahead from Wembanyama. They'll attack right on Williams. He goes down hard. A lot of contact, no foul. Bounce it, Caruso. Lob it for Williams. Missed it. Wiggins on the second chance. And Castle has another rebound.
Dodged bullets here by the Spurs.
Castle coast to coast. And a block by Williams. It has gotten physical in the third, and the Thunder have turned up the heat. 4:20 to play. Off the screen, SGA snakes and scores.
He can get that shot anytime he wants because Cornette is in a drop off that high screen and roll, so he's getting right to that free throw line.
It's a 9-on-1 looking for more. It's Williams with a swipe and the slam.
Well, the Thunder started the third on an 11-0 run, and then the Spurs answered with a 7-0 run, only to be countered by OKC's 11-0 run.
Harper fend off. SGA got a pace. Gilgeous-Alexander all the way is fouled. More dominated in the paint, started to get that three-point rhythm back. And here we are in a 19-point game. Now, the Spurs are the only team in the NBA with a 500 record when trailing after three.
They're one of the best third-quarter scoring teams in the association, and that was on full tilt tonight.
Barnes, good defense. Holmgren forced the miss. SGA starts on the bench in this fourth quarter. We'll see if Oklahoma City can cruise to the finish with him on the bench. Again, he's haven't had to play a large portion of fourth quarters, and his running mate is looking like his old self tonight. J-Dub with another bucket.
These straight line drives and downhill. Look at the pump fake there by Victor.
Castle can't cash out. Rebound in traffic. Trickles to the outside for Mitchell. Isaiah Joe, A.J. Mitchell, Kenrich Williams, Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams. The five on the floor. Mitchell on Waters. Gets into the paint. Spray it out. Open man. It's Joe. It's a three.
And again, the recipe and the success for the Thunder has been dribble penetration. Anytime they can get a foot or two in that paint to collapse this defense. And now the Thunder starting to find that outside shooting.
Champagny on the fend-off. Barnes with 5 to shoot. The defense has been turned up several levels in this second half. Waters knocks it down. He is familiar with these rims, State. Nearly 2 minutes gone in the fourth. OKC has now led by as many as 24 points after what was a highly contested first 2 quarters that saw a number of lead changes, a number of ties. And Williams going to be called for the offensive foul on the fend-off. Castle got the bump, put it down, but it's going to be a foul on the floor. Oh, that was impressive from 10 to shoot, lost his dribble. Barnes shake and bake on Holmgren, now 5 to work with. Waters just going to have to fire. Wembanyama got hit from behind. Holmgren and Wembanyama just go. Here is Wembanyama, rise, no, another foul call, and Wembanyama is holding his ankle. Mitch Johnson has just really enjoyed how his team go. As a team, goes back to what Mark Daigneault told us as Wemby misses the second, about the confidence and the wisdom that you gain over time. It feels like Oklahoma City, after the 3 losses to San Antonio, they've recognized
over the last month to them. And, you know, J-Dub talked about the humility, you know, going out, ooh, look at this.
And it's going to be a goaltend. To feel like you're getting the best out of everybody. He said if you respond the correct way, and it makes you better every single time out there. Holmgren with a block, Wemby with a follow. That's a big man sequence of dreams. But for Oklahoma City, he mentioned if you don't find your way through it, you can get stronger, but you have to learn your lessons along the way. It's a great example on the fly of Oklahoma City learning their lesson.
Foul there on Chet.
And it's going to be Harper tees it up and knocks it down.
The question for the Spurs now, can they get some stops and go on a little run themselves? A little over 8 minutes left here just to kind of chip away at this.
Mitchell guarded by Champagnie. Cross, the bump, the lay, no, and another offensive foul. On the drive, Holmgren got a piece, and a foul on the loose ball. This is a 17-102, a statement victory. Can they find their way back in to make this just interesting in the waning minutes? As that's going to be in Wiggins for Mark Daigneault.
Wembanyama at 26 minutes right now.
Williams sneaks through, fades, missed it. Hit it up ahead for Harper. Wemby running with him. Harper, turn on the Jets. Find the cutting. Johnson for 2.
Down to 15 here. A lot of time left. And the way the Spurs are capable of playing defense, not out of it.
Mitchell off the screen. Holmgren on the short roll. Williams on the outside. Mitchell thought about it. Now he'll drive. Kick. Holmgren fires. Missed it. And Johnson has the rebound.
Tell you what, a 3 would go a long way here for your psyche if you're the Spurs.
Kick out. Johnson, 3. Splash! A 14-2 Spurs run.
Now you're within striking distance.
SGA at the scores table will check in next dead ball. Offense has gone stagnant right now for Oklahoma City.
And if I'm Miss Johnson, I got to think about getting Victor out. See if we can get him back, if we can close this some more.
Mitchell got the bump. And he's going to get 2 free throws in 30. And then the Knicks in San Francisco to take on the Wolves.
Has scored 10-plus points now in 33 of 39 games here. What a pleasant surprise. A guy that had that turf toe last year really wasn't a factor in the playoffs.
And again, SGA just got his 4th rejection of the night. Right off the bench, immediate impact. Now he's looking for that killer. Can't find it. Cornette affected it. For A.J. Mitchell, only 11 games in double figures last year. Fox lost it. Get on the deck to it. Wallace ties him up. It's a jump ball. He is.
Would you say he's the clear-cut favorite?
He is the odds maker's favorite by a long shot right now.
I think I would put Cade right behind him, Cade Cunningham, in terms of the short odds.
Here is Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams pump. Williams drive. Williams had a block, but a foul on Champagnie. Up by SGA. Next month, experience the majesty of the sports world, and if it's happening, it's on NBC and Peacock.
That's right. Everyone will be tuned in to NBC Peacock.
Castle, whip around, Champagnie drive, Champagnie, a lot of contact, and the foul called on Williams.
12 blocks tonight, a season high. That's Champagnie Riverwalk, February 4th.
Offensive rebound taken out of the hands of Johnson. Looks like Mitchell got his hands in the cookie jar.
See, I like this pairing with Mitchell and SGA on the floor at the same time. Takes pressure off SGA to always handle the basketball.
Gilgeous-Alexander, step back. Castle up high, skies for the rebound. 5 minutes to play. The San Antonio have one final push in them. Champagnie, dump off for Cornette. Jay Will thought he was fouled on the momentum. Mitchell nearly had it stripped. Champagnie got a fingertip on it. Now it's Gilgeous-Alexander, 8 to shoot. Screen from Williams, rejects, double comes. Gilgeous-Alexander all the way, no. Little pace from Castle. Outside Fox, all day to let it rip. And the long rebound in the hands of Mitchell.
Those are the buckets when you're on the road and you're clawing your way back in. You gotta have.
Now 11 of 35 from three-point range as Gilgeous-Alexander was hit. They just weren't making their open threes. He said, but the alternative. You're going to press, you're going to force to try to get the ball inside, you're going to attack on a double team as opposed to taking a wide open corner three. So he liked staying with it, sticking with it. Felt like the win against Miami on Sunday, 124-112, where they really found that rhythm in the second half, was a great example of it. And you could certainly argue that tonight has been another great example where they struggled shooting in the first half. Third and fourth quarter has been takeover.
I also like how he reverted back to, like, look, we won a championship a year ago shooting 32% in the playoffs from three and winning. So it's not always about three. There's a steal by Wallace. Might be his first of the year. I think they're down to at least 6 of those, where it's going to be a make or break for their season.
Well, the Spurs get to go back home for 3 after this one. Oklahoma City has a 4-game road trip. Houston, Miami, Cleveland, and Milwaukee.
Yeah, we're going to find a lot about this OKC team who's been great on the road. SGA, Castle kind of getting into it here.
It's going to be double technicals. And no harm, no foul when it's all said and done. You got the MVP from Toronto, daughter of Mark Daigneault, who is a student manager under Jim Calhoun. Learned a ton of how to lead a group of men as the Aaron Fox rattles home a triple.
This is what Fox should have been doing to start the ball game. I mean, he's too good and too gifted of a scorer and playmaker.
And how about Victor Wembanyama back at the scores table with 2:37 to play in a 14-point game. Hot potato finds Caruso for 3. And Mitch Johnson will take the time.
A turnover right there off Castle.
We did hear from the replay center in Secaucus, New Jersey. That was not a landing space foul because it was not deemed a reckless closeout. Caruso just went right into the Wemby body and got the bucket.
Thorn, that's what he is. That's his nickname. He is a thorn in the side of whomever he plays against.
Champagnie, he's got that trigger always ready from 3. Oklahoma City will make a couple of changes with Wiggins and Joe coming back. This is a 16-point game, and both of these teams are still giving maximum effort.
Come on, man. You're 31 years old.
And
you can't be young.
Oh, he's, if anything.
Thunder as well. Caruso in double figures. Mitchell once again in double figures. Jay Will with 11.
34, 5, and 5 for SGA. And that's an offensive foul on Harper. And now, since December 13th, and the defending NBA champions played like it, especially in the second half here tonight. Mitchell turns the corner. It's a 3. And it was short by Wiggins.
Great pass there by Mitchell. On point to Wiggins.
He really does have a ton of skill as Harper pulls. Can't hit on the pull-up. But A.J. Mitchell get this type of contribution in big games off the bench from a guy like A.J. Mitchell. Only 11 points, but 6 rebounds and 4 assists tonight, 29 minutes. Didn't feel like he forced anything. Came up big on both ends of the floor at times. Oh, he lost Harper. Around for Joe. Can he complete the highlight? Yes, sir!
And the hockey assist goes to A.J. Mitchell because of that move.
The cherry on top to a perfect second half performance from the Oklahoma City Thunder. McLaughlin short, bodies hitting the floor. 37 seconds remaining. OKC 33-4 against everybody else. They were 0-3 against the San Antonio Spurs coming in